Hello amazing people, and welcome to my channel. Here in today's video I'm going to be teaching you on how to make this beautiful 13x4 frontal. You don't need to pluck, and it's a beginner friendly video, and I'm going to be teaching you how to prep your lace closure and also how to ventilate from scratch. And if this sounds like something you're interested in, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also to click on the like button. Please watch this video to the end. It promises to be insightful and amazing. Let's get started. In this video I'll be making use of this darling Mongolian kinky 22 inches. It comes in a black and wine color. Working with our Swiss lace nets. This is a 13 inches wide, and this is 5.5 inches, but I'm ventilating the 13x4. This is 4 inches. I'm going to mark it out, and the extra 1.5 is the space that is always left when ventilating. We trim it out when we are done. So folding it, I'll fold it into 2 equal parts and make sure the ends are meeting. I'll take the tape rule to mark out 4 inch. I'll mark it out with my pencil. Then down from the midpoint, I'm going to measure out 2 inch on every side. I'll measure out 2 inch here and also 2 inch on this side. So I want to have a regular, this is a regular peak, hairline peak, as they are different hairline. We have the widoe peaks, we have the low tempo, but this is just the low peak. That's a regular peak. That's what I'm going to be ventilating. So you take out your pencil and mark it out and connect it, making sure you form something like an M shape. So please, I'm going to raise that part up. It was too down, but I'll correct it when I place it on the canvas head. So you also open it and join it on every side. So I have gone ahead to attach my Swiss lace to the canvas head, and I'm marking out 1 inch, which I'll be using to construct or ventilate the hairline. So I just decided to give it the same shape. It can be a straight line, but for me, I want it to just be in the shape. I'll mark out all the 1 inch, then I'll join them together to form the hairline, just exactly like the hairline. You can leave yours in a straight line if you want. So this is 1 inch. I've marked out everywhere is 1 inch. So this is how we'll be ventilating. We're ventilating diagonally in this pattern. We'll skip one, we'll ventilate the next, skip one, ventilate the next. So I'm going to take 3 strands of hair and ventilate on that hole. I'll be skipping the next hole on the line. I'll be skipping the hole on the line. I'll make sure I'm not ventilating on the same part. I'll make sure I'm ventilating on the hole a little higher than it, and take the 3 strands of hair and ventilate. For the back, I'm working with 3 strands. I'll skip that. I won't ventilate on this line, and I won't ventilate on the line down the same line, the hole down the same line. They are on the same line, so I won't ventilate. I'll go on the hole that is a bit higher than the previous one. I'll ventilate on it. I'll do the same thing. I'll skip that line, then ventilate on the next on the line with a line a little bit ahead of it. I'll be going like I am climbing the mountain, like diagonally. I'll be going in that pattern. I'll skip one hole, ventilate the next, keep one hole on the other line, ventilate the next. I'll be working with 3 strands of hair. Just watch what I'm doing closely, you would understand. You'll make sure that you're going diagonal. Just make sure you're ventilating a diagonal pattern, as the hair does not grow in a straight line. I'll make sure I'm ventilating in between the 2 ventilated holes. I'll make sure it's in between, and I'm using this in between method because the hair doesn't grow in a straight line. Because if when you ventilate on a straight line, for me it doesn't give it that natural look, because when it comes closer to one that has a straight line, when you ventilate your front on a straight line, most times I do this when I'm doing for a braid, but most times I use the other method. So you keep doing the same pattern. You ventilate on one hole, you skip the next, but make sure it is in between the line, in between the 2 ventilated holes. As you can see what I'm doing, you can see it's in between the 2 ventilated holes. Why I'm still skipping one hole in between the 2 ventilated holes. You can decide not to skip a line. You can decide to make yours skip one hole, ventilate the next, and don't skip a line. if you want to. And when you do this, actually gives you this high density, you get a full density and looks also natural. Depends on what you want. For me, I didn't want that because I didn't want my hair, I had just 3 bundles and they were not going to be enough if I do that, because I wasn't going to buy an extra bundle, obviously. So you keep doing this process. Just watch what I'm doing closely. As you can see, I'm ventilating in between the lines, going in the diagonal horizontal pattern. As you can see, oh yeah, this diagonal is going in a slanted manner while I'm ventilating in between the holes. Yeah, I've gone ahead to ventilate others, still continuing with the same pattern. As you can see, the result of the ones I've gone to ventilate offline, you can see what it's looking like. It's looking like it's a hair growing from a scalp already. So just continue with this process. When I got here, I started ventilating with 2 strands of hair. When I'll ventilate about 1 inch at the back with 3 strands of hair, because it's the back where I'm going to. After the 1 inch I'm done, I'm ventilating with 2 strands of hair to give it this natural look. Because when you start ventilating with 4 strands of hair, 5 strands of hair, it doesn't look natural. Just make sure, I know it's noisy and ventilating requires patience, but trust me, for me, ventilation is fun. Just make sure you're consistent with the number of strands, as this will help to give you a beautiful look. That's what makes your frontal ventilation come out well, and when you're not ventilating in a straight line. So I'll continue the pattern as I'm doing. Ventilate one hole, skip the next, ventilate in between the lines.
Like and comment, don't forget to.
So I've gone ahead to ventilate the others offline, off camera I mean, and this is what it looks like. While I'm trying to part it, this is what it looks like. You can see the knots are looking tiny, they're not looking so big. So since it came in a 2 color, I decided to just mix up the colors. I'm working with the wine, so I decided to mix it. It came with 2 bundles of black and 1 wine, so I just decided to mix the wine in the closure with the same pattern. Skip one hole, ventilate the next, and ventilate in between. When you do this, this is what it should be looking like. You'll be seeing the strands of hair falling in between the lines. So going off camera to ventilate the rest, this is what it came out like. It is looking so beautiful. Like the knots are tiny. When you put this kind of closure on your head, or your frontal closure or frontal net on your scalp, it's gonna give a scalp effect, like when you wig it. You can see. So now I'm going to the front. I left 1 inch where I'll be dividing it to 2. One half inch to ventilate one strand of hair, the other half to ventilate for the hairline. So on this half inch that I want to ventilate, I'll be ventilating 1 strand of hair. Still the same pattern. Ventilate 1 hole, skip the next, ventilate 1 hole, skip the next. Still the same pattern we started with, but this time just 1 strand of hair. I'll be going in 1 strand of hair. Please make sure you're going with 1 strand of hair. You can decide to also start a hairline of about 3/4 inch, but for me, I started with just 1 inch. So I divided my 1 inch into half, like I mentioned, still ventilating my one strand of hair, ventilate one, will skip the next, ventilate in between. So I've ventilated this into half. That's the ½ inch, so I'll go ahead and ventilate the rest. I'll go off camera and also ventilate the rest up to the side, like I'm showing. So I've done ahead to ventilate the ½ inch completely with one strand of air. So ventilating the real hairline now, I'll be going in with one strand of air, but I'll be skipping 2 holes before I ventilate on the next hole. Instead of skip 1 hole, I'll be skipping 2 holes. But really, for the front, I didn't really go with any pattern, but just for the sake of a beginner, you can just go with ventilate 1 hole, skip 2 holes like I'm doing here. But for the hairline, you can just work with any pattern. You just ventilate, just look at how you want it to look like. But if you want to go with a pattern, I would advise you ventilate on 1 hole, skip 2 holes like I'm doing. Then you also ventilate in between those 2 holes you skipped, going in the same pattern you have been going in the slanted manner or horizontal. Would I call it diagonal pattern? Because that's diagonal. So you're going to be ventilating in between the 2 holes I've skipped, as you can see, and this is what it is looking like if you do that. So I'm trying to follow the pattern I've drawn out. So I'm trying to ventilate on it so I can form that regular peak on the net, so I don't ventilate way above what I've drawn or the guideline. So I'm trying to ventilate my strands of hair, which is also one strand of hair on the guideline. So I've gone ahead to draw the guidelines. I'll go ahead to ventilate it, and so this is the result of the pattern or what I have been talking about. As you can see, look at the scalp, like it's giving a scalp effect. Look at the knots are tiny, even when I'm patting it. Like I'm showing you every side. I make sure I'm ensured consistency. Show the hairline, like it is given. It's giving a natural scalp. You don't need to pluck this. Look at it. You don't need to pluck this. I guess I am saying it. You don't need to pluck it. Yes, this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead to wig it. So I will just show you the result towards the end of the video. Like it came out beautiful. So after I've placed it on the mannequin, it's coming out beautifully. Just look at this. Like no, like this is beautiful. Like it's not this is not a straight pattern. If it was a straight pattern, you'll have seen the pattern going in a straight line, but this is what it looks like. I went ahead to style it so you can see part 2. I don't know how to trace a part, and this is what it is looking like. I used my hot comb, I've rigged it. Yeah, this is the result of what it looks like. Like you can see, like just look at the scalp. It came out so pretty. Like it is pretty. Like it's giving a scalp effect. You don't need to pluck this. Yes, you don't need to. When you just use your glue and just install it, and you are good to go. Like I'm loving this, and I hope you are. If you follow this pattern or follow what I have explained, you will achieve this result. But yeah, so I styled it in another way. This is the next style. Yes, this is what it looks like. Just look at the scalp. Like it's looking like it's hair growing from natural scalp. Like it's a natural look. It's not looking like there's even a synthetic wig. You could also wear a synthetic wig or a synthetic frontal, and I believe I'm still slay. You don't have to spend millions to look beautiful. This is a synthetic wig, and this is what it looks like. Guys, for watching this video to the end, you are the real MVP. Please don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe to my channel. I love you.